Hi everyone, DeFi Sai here. As part of my roles in both the BOI 100 Club and also Avalanche Team 1, I've made it my mission to help educate and onboard people to both BOI, to Avalanche and to the crypto space as a whole. Now, as we're getting super close to the launch of BOI, I wanted to create a video to tell you what you can expect at launch. Also to give you some helpful tips on how to buy BOI at launch and what settings you need to be looking at to give yourself the best chance of market buying BOI at launch. My name is DeFi Sai. I create a whole bunch of content all around the Avalanche ecosystem and the crypto space as a whole. So please jump onto YouTube, like and subscribe there, and follow me on all my channels, etc. to stay in the loop. I have done another video with all the dates and the times for the BOI launch, so be sure to watch that if you want to know when BOI is launching and where BOI is launching. Now, this might well be your first super hype launch, it might be your 100th, but I just want to explain a little bit to you that when a hype token like BOI launches, there's usually a massive rush of people trying to get in and trying to get in early so that they can secure the token at the lowest market cap and therefore the best price, and therefore giving themselves the best chance of upside. Now, when things are at this super busy stage, your swap keeps failing. It's frustrating, right? Don't worry, today I'm going to break down exactly what's happening and how you can avoid these failed trades at this early stage. So let's look at slippage. Now, with BOI being launched on a pre-sale, a lot of people had a bit of a feel that they were missing out. Some people didn't get the pre-sale, and those that did are also looking to get in and get some bigger bags. This means we can get a bit of serious FOMO with everyone wanting to get in as soon as these coins launch. So this is a guide that I've created for existing users at Avalanche and also for all the new users that we are seeing coming over to the red chain. Now, first up, you're going to need to make sure that you have AVAX in your wallet ready to change that for BOI. Now, I have done another video on this, so if you want to watch that, that will tell you exactly how you can add AVAX to your wallet, because you do not want to be caught out with no AVAX in your wallet when launch time comes. So let's dive in. First up, why slippage matters. So why is slippage even a thing? Now, when a new token launches, there's a massive rush of people trying to buy in. These tokens that trade on decentralized exchanges like DEXs, places like LFJ, Pangolin, etc. I'm going to use LFJ as an example because the most used DEX on Avalanche, and it's also where BOI is launching. These DEXs use a system called an automated market maker, or AMM, which relies on liquidity pools. Here's how it works. As we're talking about BOI here, we're going to use BOI as an example. So first up, what is a liquidity pool? If you imagine you've got a vending machine that's filled with snacks, you put money in and the machine gives you a snack. A liquidity pool works in pretty much the same way, but with tokens. So if you want BOI, you put in AVAX and the pool automatically gives you BOI back. So here's what happens. At launch, when you want to trade one token for another, so you will have AVAX and you want BOI. When you buy, you pull BOI from the pool and deposit your AVAX in return. This changes the token ratio in the pool, which means the price of BOI increases. Now imagine hundreds, even thousands of people doing this at the same time. Prices start moving super rapidly, and this is called volatility. Now, if your slippage isn't set right, your trade, it's going to fail. So why do these trades fail if the slippage isn't set right? So let's say you're going to try and buy BOI at launch. Now the DEX will quote you a price based on the exact price of the new token BOI, which is the one that you want, and it will quote that price at the exact time it is. But by the time the transaction is processed, the price has moved because of the volatility. So here's an example. If you set slippage at 10%, this means you're telling the DEX that if the price moves any more than 10%, you don't want to do the trade. But before your trade is executed, the price jumps 20%, and therefore your swap fails because the price exceeded your slippage tolerance. Now, in this case, the DEX didn't break, it didn't do anything wrong. It actually did exactly what you told it to. It refused the trade because you said you wouldn't accept more than 10% price movement. So now let's have a bit of a look at why so many people are trying to buy these during these pre-sale launches. Now, tokens like BOI, etc. have had pre-sales, meaning that only certain approved buyers could get in at the lowest prices. Everyone else has had to wait for the public launch, which is creating a massive demand spike. Because of these pre-sales and the fact that tokens like BOI are seen as amazing investments, there's been an insane hype around these tokens. And when they finally hit the market, everyone is rushing to buy at the same time. New users to Avalanche are diving in that really want to grab a piece of this action, and many are also unfamiliar with slippage settings and they keep getting failed transactions. Now, these types of rushes bring a whole wave of new traders to Avalanche, which is fantastic to the ecosystem, but it also leads to an overwhelming number of failed swaps due to misconfigured slippage. So how can you avoid these failures? So how do you go about making sure your swaps aren't failing? So here's the game plan. What you need to do is set your slippage higher during high volatile launches. For meme coins like BOI or coins like BOI, you might need 20% even higher slippage, sometimes super high slippage, especially in the first minutes. Now you do need to be aware of the risks, so setting your slippage too high means you can overpay, so use it wisely. Some advanced DEXs offer dynamic slippage, which also adjust your slippage settings to match volatility. But again, be cautious with this setting. So here's a quick video about how to change change your slippage settings. Let's imagine you're on lfj.gg, which is the LFJ DEX. So you can see here all these settings at the top corner of the page. Just make sure you are on swap, not place orders. That's what you want to do. Clicking this little tab opens up the slippage settings with some presets there. What you can do is if you turn safe mode off, this allows you to then use super high slippage settings. So if you type in 20, close that, you can see now that you have set your slippage at 20%, which means you are telling the DEX you are okay with a price change of up to 20%. So if your trades have been failing, etc., the DEX is working exactly as it's intended, you just need to adjust your settings to match the chaos of the launch hype. Now, what's always good to remember is why things like this are super great for Avalanche. Let's look at the big picture. When you've got exciting coin launches like BOI, they're bringing in waves of new users to Avalanches. We're seeing fresh faces jumping into DeFi, experimenting with DEXs and learning how to trade. This is amazing for Avalanche's growth. More users mean more liquidity, more innovation, and ultimately a stronger ecosystem. Now, the hype around BOI proves that Avalanche is becoming a super hotspot for these new and exciting projects. Even though people experience failed transactions before on launches, it's been because of the overwhelming demand, which is a great sign for the network's expansion. So launch days like this can be pretty wild, but they're amazing proof that Avalanche is where the future of this type of token is. We know there's been super hype around BOI. We know it's had the pre-sale, but we also know from the various things we've been listening to, etc. I've done a full video on this talking all about what we can expect for BOI, what the long-term plans are. So do check my other videos where I explain why there's so much hype around BOI, why everyone's looking to get in this as soon as possible, and then you will start to understand. I do hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope these slippage settings really help you get into both BOI and other tokens that you're looking at as well. Don't forget, please do like and subscribe on YouTube, following all the channels, etc. that should be popping up around here now. And yeah, jump on, watch all the other videos about BOI, all the other videos about Avalanche, just to keep you updated on the ecosystem. Peace out, good vibes.